Ba 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 ba. 2-bit review. Ba 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 ba. 2-bit Jesus reviews, ports and remasters,
and backwards compatibility. Ski ba 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 da ba da beep ba ba doo.
What's up, guys? 2-bit Jesus back with a happy holidays edition of the 2-bit Compares series. Here we are closing out the year with Gears of War. Nothing says the holidays quite like chainsawing monsters with your chainsaw assault rifle, and you do it with your squad mates. So, you know, the family and friends are together for the holidays. Just chainsaw motherfuckers up. So, with that being said, I thought, why don't we take a look at Gears Ultimate Edition versus the original 360 version of Gears of War. And I'm cheating a little bit. I'm playing Gears of War, the original version, on an Xbox One X through backwards compatibility, so I thought I would give it a bit of a handicap. But essentially, with backwards compatibility, you're getting the game as it originally was intended. You're just getting some better performance. So, you know, I'll put that asterisk there. So let's get into it. A big difference is the intro video for the game. It was like start screen intro is actually now the intro to the game proper in the Gears of War Ultimate Edition. And as I've said throughout this year, the 360 version is incredibly dark. I mean, it's dark on the Xbox One version too, but at least you can make out details, where the 360 version, it's just like you can barely make out any details. It's almost as if they've just completely turned the lights out, you know? So I don't know if it's just how the 360 captures, or if this was just a common thing with the 360, but it is an incredibly dark console now that I look back on it. I mean, look, you can see Dom here, and yeah, he's in the dark, but you can still make out details, where in the 360 version, you can make out details here and there, but for the most part, it's just this dark abyss covering everything. They definitely upgraded the graphics here. Now, what does the gameplay feel like? Well, I played both of them back to back, and I can tell you the gameplay is essentially the same. They didn't really change it, and that's a good thing, because you want that original experience with Gears of War. There was nothing wrong with the original experience. All they're doing is taking the game and modernizing the looks, you know, bringing it more in line, I guess, with Gears of War 4 and Gears 5, as far as, you know, graphical aesthetics go, and probably also more in line with Gears 2 and 3. That is typically a thing that happens with video games, especially hit video games. They come out, and, you know, honestly, they're usually made with a budget, or, you know, they don't know it's going to be a hit game. So it's almost, I guess the word I'm looking for here, it is the A New Hope, A New Hopeization, if I can create a word here, of video games. Meaning, like, if you go back and you watch Star Wars A New Hope, and then you compare it to Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, it definitely is the rougher looking, more rough around the edges story and visuals of that original trilogy. And as they went along, they learned to tell the story better, and they learned to do the special effects better. Well, that kind of happens here with hit video games, because they'll come out and, you know, maybe they're made under a budget, they don't think it's going to be a hit game, and, you know, so as it becomes a hit game and they move on to the sequel and maybe even turn it into a trilogy, you start to see, like, once you compare them, there starts to be a difference, because with a bigger budget, more people, and more time to work on it, you get a much better looking product. And then, you know, down the road they go, hey, let's modernize that original so it fits more closely with the other games in the series. And that's kind of, I feel like, what we have here with Gears of War Ultimate Edition. But I have to say, they beautifully remastered it. It's not a shot-for-shot remaster. It's almost as if it's a director's cut, because, I mean, look, he gets a canteen here in the original 360 version, and he gets the gun here, the assault rifle with the chainsaw. For the life of me, I can't remember what those guns are called for some reason right now. And but as you can see here, it's like I had to do some editing just so I could, like, do some proper comparisons. But, like, it's not a shot-for-shot remake. They've redone things. They've shot things from different angles here and there as far as the cutscenes go, but when you play the actual levels, it's the same levels. But just now that I think about it, I haven't played all the way through Gears Ultimate Edition, but I believe there's some content that was left on the cutting room floor of the original game that they added to the Ultimate Edition. So you're getting, this is like the director's cut of Gears. You're getting everything that was left out of the original release. That being said, I'm kind of flip-flopping on which one I prefer, because the 360 version, while yes, incredibly dark, like in some scenes, in some areas of the game, that darkness, that grittiness really fits with the style of Gears of War. And honestly, Ultimate Edition sometimes, to me, looks just a little bit too clean. It doesn't look. I feel like it should be a little bit dirtier here and there. Again, as you can tell with these cutscenes, they're not exactly the same. I honestly feel like, too, that the 360 versions drag on a bit longer because I guess the animations weren't as good back then as they are now, so I guess the scenes would take a little bit longer because they're making the characters more animated with their bodies to kind of express emotions, where in the Ultimate Edition, facial animation has really come a long way, so they can get a person's feelings and intentions across much faster. And that's one thing I could kind of theorize here with why the Ultimate Edition, I just feel like its action scene that we just saw right here is a lot faster. It flows a lot faster. Where the 360 version, it's taking its time to get to where it's going. One quick little combat comparison here again. Like I said, as you can see here, at least with the first level here, there isn't much difference, at least as far as gameplay goes. Now, visually, yeah, there is a huge difference. Just like the Ultimate Edition is a 8th gen version of Gears of War, so it's going to have, more flashiness to its guns, to its textures, to everything. I do feel, ultimately, not to do a pun there, that the original Gears of War on 360 still holds up today, so if you have that copy, be happy with it, because I still think it's a damn good game, and a damn good looking game in some respects. It has aged some, but I think it still holds up, and I think the Ultimate Edition would be for really huge fans because you are getting extra content. Ultimately, I guess, again a pun here, pound for pound, the Ultimate Edition is the best version. That being said, guys, I hope you guys have a happy and wonderful holiday season and a great new year. Personally, I'm going to try to do more comparisons that are not Xbox games. I feel like I did a lot this year. That being said, I hope you guys have a happy new year. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ding the bell. That way you don't miss a thing. And as always, stay safe and play on.